Hello. So I'm here on Dartmoor and it's a beautiful day. Actually it's been raining and it's just started, the sun's come out and this beautiful spot, and I remembered before I go offline again I need to record this little video. It's a follow-up to the Freedom from the Conflicts of the Mind workshop at Buddhafield, and it's mainly for the people who were there on the workshop. If you weren't, it might not make complete sense. And I really wanted to bring in a few concepts and some keys to putting into practice what we were exploring experientially during the time on the workshop. And the first thing that I want to say is that, and this was the case for me when I began doing this work. I remember I would have these processes and there would be a transformation with a resistive part, with a part of me that sabotages, that gets in the way of me moving towards what I really long for. There would be real therapeutic transformation, but then in the following days, lo and behold, that part would come back, it would return, and I would experience myself with the same sabotaging patterns. So I really want to speak to that, because if you experience that, that doesn't mean it's a failure. That's going to happen in 99.9% of cases. The one thing that you have that you didn't have before is more awareness of that part, and that awareness is key, and particularly the somatic awareness, the feeling of it, the feeling of how it felt when you were moving towards what you were longing for, and that part came in. They had a particular feeling. And if you can begin to notice that, that's going to be a key in your life, because you're going to be able to see when that comes in, and you'll know that that part of you is having some kind of response. What I'm inviting in terms of, and the real way to integrate this into your life, is to begin to build that relationship with that younger part that comes in. Really to discover when they come in, what is it that's up for them? What are their concerns? What is it that they're longing for? What is it that they need? And often as we begin to tune in and listen to these loyal soldiers' parts, there's a kind of softening in the sense of who we are actually, and the way that we move. There's an ability to really attune and take on board these different perspectives that are actually within us. And when we can do that, when we can attune to them, there's more possibility to move forward. Often we do move forward to what we really love, but there may be a different way because these parts are on board with us. So that's the first thing I really wanted to speak to, the building of this relationship, the ongoing building of this relationship. Secondly, and we only touched this on the workshop because we ran out of time, is resourcing, and specifically tuning into the resources that these young resistive parts within us did not have at their origin. And usually this is very specific. As we begin to listen to them, to begin to start this relationship, we discover, there was some particular quality that was missing from their holding environment. And now that we're adults, we can begin to bring that in. We can find, once we know what the resource is, we can begin to bring that in within ourselves and even to call that into being. So resourcing is key, identifying what is the resource that young one needs. And finally, I want to speak to the element of shame, because I think many of you encountered this when we were exploring on the workshop. We see that one of the things that gets in the way of us moving forward, even if we experience it as there's something in the world going on in the way of us moving, and if the experience is external, it's often related to shame internally. And so to begin to notice these shaming dynamics that play out, the process of shaming within us. And often these are enormously subtle. We don't kind of see them. We might see shame attacks, but we don't notice the subtle presuppositions we're making about who we are, or the ways that we're lacking, or what we deserve, or valuing of ourselves. And when we begin to notice that how those beliefs are held within us, we begin to notice that kind of internal dialogue that's involved, that dynamic, then we can break free of that, we can loosen that shame. So perhaps I'll put a link to some more videos I have about shame next to this one. And yeah, really wonderful to meet you all at Buddhafield. And I hope that you're enjoying the rest of your summers, and that you're finding all you need to keep moving forward in the way that you really want to move. Okay, bye for now.